How to find your life purpose in 2023. Oprah answers this question for us by diving deep into these 5 main questions. First, why life purpose is important. And let's hear what she has to say. I believe every one of us is born with a purpose. No matter who you are, what you do, or how far you think you have to go, you have been tapped by a force greater than yourself to step into your God-given calling. This goes far beyond what you do to earn your living. I'm talking about a supreme moment of destiny, the reason you are here on earth. There is no greater gift you can give or receive than to honor your true calling. It's why you were born and how you become most truly alive. What an unbelievable world we would live in if everyone were doing exactly what they were created to do. When it comes down to it, life can be measured in exchanges of energy, positive or negative. What is the energy you choose to bring to the world? Positive exchanges multiply and grow. That's why giving on any level feels so great. You are creating an actual life force for good. So you see, in answer to the first question, why is it so important? Well, Oprah believes it's because we were all given a purpose. We all come here with purpose within us. And most typically that purpose will end up being for the greater good of all of humanity. And if all of us live our purpose, then imagine the world that we could create. Now, the second question, can your life purpose change? You find your life purpose, and is it possible that once I find it, is that it? Or are there other purposes later down the road? Well, let's hear what she has to say. Here she's talking about her daytime talk show. Even at the show's peak, I had a deep awareness that a supreme moment of destiny still awaited me. That's why, after 25 years, I trusted my instinct when it told me, this isn't it, there's something else. The show was my home, the audience was one of the great loves of my life, but I couldn't ignore the flicker of certainty telling me it was time to move on. Your life is not static. Every decision, setback, or triumph is an opportunity to identify the seeds of truth that make you the wondrous human being that you are. I'm not talking just about what you do for a living. When you pay attention to what feeds your energy, you move in the direction of the life for which you were intended. Trust that the universe has a bigger, wider, deeper dream for you than you could ever imagine for yourself. So yes, she says your life purpose can change. As you begin to embody, your first life purpose that you may find, you may be in alignment and doing what you love. But then you may find as you continue to do that things change, you change. And that life dream, that life purpose may also begin to shift. You may go from, say, running an alpaca farm as your dream to maybe my new dream is, well, actually, I want to breed alpacas, or I want to go to conferences and talk about alpacas and share that dream and that belief with others. So our life purpose can change. It is mutable. Question 3. What does finding your purpose feel like? So it's great if she tells us how to find it, but then how do we know we found it? What does that feel like inside when we do find our life purpose? Well, let's see what she has to say. I felt lit up from the inside, like I had come home to myself. There was a sense of knowing resonating within my heart and radiating to the hairs on the back of my neck. My entire body told me this was what I was supposed to do. Passion whispers to you through your feelings, beckoning you toward your highest good. For me, the great reward is the feeling of lasting contentment and self-respect that comes when you are living out the truth of who you are. In talking about what it feels like when you find that purpose, she tells us clearly, she feels lit up inside. She feels that passion. She feels, you see all these feeling words, she feels within herself that is what she's meant to do. And something where I can tell you from my life, when you are in the groove and in the flow, when you're in those moments where time flies, and you're having such a good time or you're such in the flow of what you're doing, that's where your passion is. Where time flies, that's where your passion lies. Now, number 4, how to find your life purpose. Now, before we dive into that, Oprah has written a book about this topic, this very topic, how to find your life purpose. It's a reflection of her life, as well as quotes from many of the people she's interviewed talking about this very topic. If you want to check out her book, it's called The Path Made Clear: Discovering Your Life's Direction and Purpose. We have a link in the description down below, and if you use that link, you can actually pick up this book for about $8 or $9. So go ahead and give it a check out. I read this book. It's an amazing book, and it really helps to illustrate how to find your life purpose. But anyway, let's get into what she has to say about how to find your life purpose. How do we actually go about doing this abstract kind of thing? Well, let's find out. As you begin to identify the seeds of knowing along your path, the first question to ask yourself is, what do I believe? Do you believe that you are worthy of happiness, success, abundance, fulfillment, peace, joy, and love? What I know for sure is you become what you believe. My only job was to listen, trust, and obey the call. The same is true for you. My deepest desire is for people to get still enough to identify what makes them unique and connect to hope, possibility, and fulfillment in all areas of their life. As author and spiritual trailblazer, Gary Zukov so brilliantly taught me, when you align your personality with your purpose, no one can touch you. One of my most cherished spiritual principles: your life is always speaking to you. It speaks in whispers, guiding you to the next right step. Heeding these signs can open the doors to your personal evolution, pushing you towards your life's purpose. Life is about growth and change, and when you are no longer doing either, you've received your first whisper. Pay attention to what makes you feel energized, connected, and stimulated. Follow your intuition. Do what you love, and you will do more than succeed. You will soar. So here, when she's talking about finding the life purpose, clearly it's listening, right? Becoming still and quiet within yourself and listening, finding out who you are, first of all, right? What do you believe? Because like Oprah says, and like I say all the time, your inner reality creates your outer reality. If you have a belief that you can't be abundant, that you can't succeed, that you can't live a life that you love, it doesn't matter. You could find your life purpose every minute of every day, but your own beliefs are going to self-sabotage you from that. So first you got to look at your beliefs, clean up that game. Then begin to listen to yourself and hear, identify what it feels like when you're doing different things. What are the things you're passionate about? Because where your passion lies, that's where your purpose is, right? Where time flies, your passion lies. Where time flies, your purpose lies. That's the kind of thing you want to look out for. Now, once we find this life purpose, well then that's great, again, but how do we go about living a life of purpose when we find it? Well, let's see what Oprah has to say on that. All dreams start from the core. Unless you are in total alignment with whatever you vision, the dream will get derailed. Your intention has to be pure. Here she quotes The Alchemist. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. And back to Oprah. The variable between winning the race and faltering at the finish line lies with one of the guiding forces in my life: intention. Being your truth. How can you embody the most authentic version of you? I have learned that creating your own purpose-filled momentum is possible only when you give yourself the space, moment to moment, to focus on the next right choice. One of my favorite lessons from Joel Osteen is, what follows I am is what we're inviting into our life. Whenever I've encountered a disruption, rather than allowing it to rattle me, I ask myself one of the most meaningful and productive questions there is. What is this here to teach me? There will always be setbacks. What you are experiencing is a detour. It's not the end of the road. You've got to be prepared to fail up. So here, in how we go about living that life purpose, Oprah tells us clearly, you have to be aligned with it. Once you find it and you start to live your life on the path of purpose, you have to stay aligned with it. You have to keep your intention pure to the purpose. And it's okay to fail. Just because you're aligned with your purpose doesn't mean you're not going to fail. Doesn't mean that there's not going to be hard times. There's always going to be struggle. That's part of being human. That's part of having a goal and striving for it. But success comes from failure. Learning comes from getting it wrong. And we can't be afraid to fail. In fact, if you're not failing, you're not succeeding. Well, my friends, That is Oprah on how to find your life purpose in 2023. If you like this video, please smash the like button and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If you are someone who is interested in self-improvement, if you're someone who's interested in finding your life purpose, being the best, most authentic version of yourself that you can be, then subscribe to my channel. On my channel, we do videos on all sorts of topics, but they're all related to improving yourself. Now, a lot of this is spiritual focus because I find once you get into the depths of self-improvement, you inevitably come to spirituality. And I have no label on this. There's no religion, there's no anything. For me, spirituality is our own connection with Source. Whether you want it, whatever label you apply to it is for you. But there are other videos we have here too on things like procrastination and perfectionism, how to better yourself in all areas, how to deal with emotions, how to deal with trauma, how to meditate. All of these things combine together to help you become the best version of yourself. So again, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you start taking steps to find your life purpose. And remember, The Path Made Clear, Discovering Your Life's Direction and Purpose is Oprah's book. Link in the description below where you can get it for like $9 in hardcover, even hardcover. Make it a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.